Does the United States have an auto subprime bubble that is in the process of bursting? This is not a topic that I've heard discussed very much. But if some of the reports that I've been hearing have some truth to them, then this could be absolutely catastrophic for the entire auto industry. Let me explain. So first of all, let's look at the auto debt levels in the United States as reported by the New York Fed, and we can see that since 2010, auto debt levels have almost doubled from $700 billion in 2010 to $1.33 trillion in 2020. And unlike the mortgage debt delinquencies, which have been dropping since the 2010s, the percentage of consumer auto debt that is over 90 days delinquent has been increasing over the years and ended 2019 at a level of 4.64%. Not to mention, the US unemployment rate ended 2019 at 3.5%, in which jobs were plentiful and there was not much risk of large-scale delinquencies. But where things really get interesting is that of the new auto loans, the number of subprime loans have been increasing over the last few years. So why is that? Well, when interest rates are low, investors go on the hunt for higher yields, and according to this report by the Financial Times, investors have been feasting on subprime car loans. Now, where have we heard this story before, in which financial institutions get themselves in trouble by issuing subprime loans? I mean, what could possibly go wrong? But before I go there, let me summarize the numbers I have come across and calculated. $1.33 trillion of auto debt in the United States. Holtz-Eaton's calculations of the New York Fed's data assume subprime auto debt accounts for 22%, meaning when you do the simple back-of-the-napkin calculations, 1.33 trillion times 22%, you get 292 billion of subprime auto debt outstanding. Not to mention, there is already 66 billion of outstanding auto loans over 90 days delinquent. And that's just Q4 of 2019. Fast forward to 2020. The current situation is seeing a massive spike in unemployment while people are stuck in lockdown. And according to this article from Yahoo Finance, more than half of lower income households cannot pay their bills this month, while a quarter of middle income earners are in the same boat. So if you are unemployed and stuck at home, which bill are you going to prioritize? Your mortgage payment or your car payment? I think the answer is obvious. And that's exactly what we're seeing play out here, with multiple reports coming out over the last few days warning of the trouble in the auto debt market. Of course, this can be easily missed, as just about all the media attention has been on the oil market and the total collapse of oil prices. So here's the main question: who is issuing the subprime loans? And what happens if we get waves of defaults? From my research, I have come across three main types of players that are issuing subprime auto loans. The first is the major banks. However, they have been very conservative in this regard and have not been issuing much subprime loans that I am aware of. The second group are auto finance companies, such as Standard Consumer Holdings, Credit Acceptance, Drive Time, and Ally Financial, which used to be known as General Motors Acceptance Corporation. While browsing through their websites, I came across the following statement in which Drive Time have a 99.9% finance approval rating, which to me screams of subprime lending. I mean, if 999 out of 1,000 people are getting loan approvals, it really makes you wonder under what situation they knock anyone back. Now, I don't know for sure how much subprime loans these companies have issued, but since the start of March, these companies have lost half their market caps and have not recovered. The other point that I want to make is that some of these larger lenders, such as Standard Consumers USA, have been backing smaller specialized lenders which seem to be some of the most aggressive in issuing subprime loans. These same institutions have been packaging their loans into subprime auto loan-backed securities and achieving AA or even AAA ratings, to which they can be distributed all over the world. One of the reasons for this good credit rating is due to the belief that if someone defaults on their auto payment, the vehicle can be repossessed and easily sold at an auction market quite quickly. Now, this may sound fine under normal market conditions, but what happens if there's a massive wave of defaults, in which large numbers of vehicles are repossessed over a short period of time while unemployment is high? Yeah, the price of used vehicles would absolutely plummet. Not to mention, this could also put downwards pressure on new car sales. The final group issuing subprime auto loans are captive lenders. And if you're not familiar with the term, a captive auto lender is a finance subsidiary set up solely to offer auto loans to buyers of a particular dealership or car company. For example, General Motors use their subsidiary or daughter company, General Motors Acceptance Corporation, to offer loans to customers. Toyota use Toyota Financial Services. Ford use Ford Motor Credit Company. Honda use American Honda Finance, and so on. So how exposed is Big Auto and the auto dealers if they are issuing subprime auto loans? Well, this is a difficult question to answer. It may be that their biggest threat to survive is not the lack of electrifying their fleets, but their dealership models in combination to issuing subprime auto loans. Ford and GM were very quick to draw down their credit lines back in March. Could this be one of their main reasons for concern? Time will tell. Anyways, there's still a lot of research that needs to be done, as I'm only getting started in piecing all this information together. Remember, I am no expert in this field, so feel free to let me know in the comments if I've overlooked anything or got any numbers wrong. But this is going to be a really interesting next few months ahead of us, so let me know what you guys think. Again, thank you to all the Patreons that allow me to do this type of research and share it with you. And remember, all content in this video is simply my opinion. I do not recommend buying or selling any financial instruments. So till next time, I'll see you guys soon.